mark, what we're doing now is we're way off trail and we're just looking for a nice place to make a camp, wilderness camp. Our point is here to make a very light footprint, not make a big camp, not make a permanent camp, but something where we can spend the day in, pack it up, and the only thing that people will see that we've been here is the trail we made, but not really mess the forest up. So we found a bed for, looks like a deer. He's been resting here. I don't know if we scared him off. Well, we're in his home. And he poops where he sleeps, okay. It's probably not a permanent home then, because I know deers travel. There's some more poop, and there's his trail. Oh, very, very nice to see where the deer slept. It almost looks like there's some urine there too. The home of the deer. It's nice to get in the open areas. You get a little claustrophobic when you're in the deep pines. Everything is so closed in. All the pines are so close together. It's a refreshing sight to see. There's also some deer tracks. Well, I don't know what kind of tracks they are yet. I think they're deer. Yeah, so I've been trying to track the deer, following them through the snow. Snow makes it really easy to track animals, and you can follow them. I'm not hunting or nothing. I'm just following him, seeing where he goes. Some kind of snow rabbit tracks. You can see he's jumping. It's a pretty long distance, and then he makes a really big jump across the open land to that one. Then he goes back off into the forest. One thing I like to do when I'm walking through the dense forest, if I'm looking for a place to make a camp, I look up into the tree line when I have an opening, and I find the biggest tree. That is the mother tree. She planted all the trees around her. She dropped the seedlings, and there's another big one there. So these are all, the elder trees. So that's where I should have a nice camp underneath there. Should be nice and clear. These tall pines make a nice clearing below them. Nice place for a camp. But in this season there's hunters, and this is private land, but a lot of hunters are allowed to hunt here. Anybody hunting out here?
No bear.
So one of the first things I do is we stamp down all the snow. If I had snowshoes, it'd be a lot easier. But just make ourselves a little place to have a fire, to have lunch in the woods. Attached to the corner of the signal panel. I get a lot of people saying they lost them. So this is a perfect way to not lose it. I like to make a base layer of my fire pit with these leaves. And then I find my natural tinder. Use some birch bark. Some old man's beard. bit of pine sap. Get a close one of that. That's all dried pine sap. Highly flammable. We'll use some of that too. This stuff is more of like a fire extender, so just wasted some. I have some dried grass in here, which will help. So my goal here is to make a little fire on top while adding sticks, and then it will eventually burn down into this hotter wood, which will make a nice ember base so I can cook. Because the point of this fire is not really for warmth. My clothing is for the warmth, but the fire, this one at least, is for a cooking fire. Don't want to melt my tinder bag, and it will resist sparks. When I first get the fire going, I'm really cold and I need a fire to warm up. I open up my legs and my core. I let all that warmth just pour right into that V. You want to warm those internal organs and get your blood warm. Bacon's kind of fatty, but it'll make a nice grease for the pan. One thing with titanium, it sticks pretty well. So you want to grease up your pan or butter it up, or use fat or something. So I'm going to use bacon fat because that's what I have, so that I can cook my potatoes and onions in the bacon fat. One thing I love about titanium, this is a heavy cover titanium frying pan. If this was steel, this would be red hot right now, but I can hold it and take it off the fire. But again, you want to be careful. I can even touch it right up to here. Just came off the fire, as you can see. So what I'm doing now, I'm just rendering this bacon down to get the fat to cook the potatoes and the onions. But we're trying to keep the fat in the pan. Separate the bacon. And I'll leave a couple little pieces of fat. You know, test the potatoes. They're kind of good. They're still a little hard. The onions are crunchy. Just a little bit longer. It's like a golden brown.
What have you learned?
So Mark, what I like to do is I like to take my logs out, my bigger pieces out of the fire into the snow so that they cool down and poke out. So the bigger chunks. The other ash I like to spread out. Spread it out so it cools down. And Then you take a lot of snow and you poke the fire out with the snow. You know, snow is mostly air, so you want to put a good amount of snow on the campfire. Poke it out, especially if you hit the ground. And stomp on it. It's not hurting my boots because I'm on the snow. So Mark, this video is for you. The other day you commented on one of my videos saying that you wanted to see a longer video. So, there it is, a longer video, just for you.
Please listen carefully.